Hi, welcome to my channel. So let's start. In this video I can't use any related pictures and videos because of copyright claim. Another month, another Disney live-action remake. Or in the case of Peter Pan and Wendy, a reimagining. While changes to the established lore can sometimes be beneficial if handled correctly, the 1999 version of The Mummy is still a fantastic film. Peter Pan and Wendy comes storming in with all the subtlety of a baby wielding a shotgun, smashing up anything valuable to pave way for a new, inferior version of the story we've all come to love. The core plot is loosely the same, but it not only rips out the core elements of the original, it also erases any evidence of thematic relevance as to why this story has endured for so long. For those unaware, Peter Pan and Wendy takes inspiration from the original novel and the 1952 Disney animated classic, blending them together with new ideas for a modern audience. Wendy is no longer the caring, maternal figure but instead a boastful, obnoxious and whiny young woman, and we first meet her sword fighting with her brothers in their bedroom. When a mirror is smashed thanks to their tomfoolery, Wendy blames John and then goes on to belittle her mother's expectations for her life. Soon, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell arrive and whisk Wendy and her brothers, John and Michael, up for a swashbuckling adventure in Neverland, where they're joined by the warrior tiger Lily and the Lost Boys. Only, the Lost Boys aren't all boys now because, as Wendy herself utters, it doesn't really matter. The thing is, it does. Because these Lost Boys are a core part of the story and of Wendy's character growth. As Peter explains in the original story, girls are far too clever to fall out of their prams and end up lost, so the decision to add girls here shows that girls are just as stupid as boys. And this is an odd inclusion given the female empowerment angle this film strives for. Unfortunately, Wendy's strong character arc suffers as a result of this change, as she scoffs at the idea of reading the kids' bedtime stories, leaving that to Peter Pan, while she instead decides to sing one lullaby to them. There's very little of Wendy's maternal instincts kicking in and becoming a mother figure to the Lost Boys, showing that being a loving, caring provider is actually just as powerful, if not more so, than outright strength and swashbuckling sword fighting. But of course, that's lost completely here in favor of Wendy fighting off pirates and saving the day, including saving Peter Pan on 2 separate occasions. The problem with this reimagining comes from the lack of inherent magic in the story. And perhaps the changes to Wendy's character wouldn't be so bad if she was actually likable, but she's not. At one point she bemoans Peter Pan for showing off, and actually punches him square in the nose. There are sly little digs throughout the movie towards how incapable Peter Pan is, not just from Wendy but from others too, while Wendy even proclaims late on that this magic belongs to no boy. Unfortunately, Michael and John are both lost in the shuffle and ultimately serve little purpose in the story. Given this as a reimagining, it's a shame they don't get more of the spotlight beyond a couple of segments on board Hook's ship at the end. Tiger Lily is also here too, although her part in the story serves as convenient deus ex machina device, rather than a fully fleshed out character. It's not all bad though, as there are some parts of this story that stand out. Hook and Smee are both fantastic, oozing the same charisma the originals have become synonymous for. There are also a couple of well-timed jokes too, while the diversity is actually a nice inclusion and handled relatively well. The distinct lack of Tick-Tock the crocodile, at least in his mischievous form, is a shame, as this film could have really benefited from more of that though. Ultimately though, Peter Pan and Wendy is just not a very good film. This is a lazy, unimaginative reimagining that takes the best parts of the original and distorts and changes them in the worst way possible. Out of all the Peter Pan adaptations and stories, this one could well be the worst.